You want to be creative and you want to create something special and memorable. And you want to be authentic in what you do. So dare to be yourself. Don't be the photographer that everyone wants you to be, or worse off, the one that you think everyone wants you to be. Try being the one that you want to be. And that means find your style, find your voice, and roll with it. Like, live it. Get right down inside of it and just become it. And be careful with comparing yourself to anyone else in the industry. And for the love of all that is good, don't lose your way by latching onto someone else's style just because they had a successful run at it. That's theirs to have. It's already been done and it worked for them. There's a really good chance that it's not going to work for you. And with all that comparison, you got to remember that every single thing you create doesn't need to be the most epic shit in the world. I mean, some of the most iconic portraits ever taken were done in less than 15 minutes against a plain wall with a single light source. And sure, it's totally fun to break out every single piece of gear that you have in the closet and build a giant set in the biggest studio imaginable and surround yourself with the most highly skilled production team. But that's not everyday life, for most of us at least. The creation of something epic, which is completely subjective, may be the most quiet, low-key moment. I think above all, do it for yourself. The feedback is nice. It feels good when someone likes or comments or buys something that you made. But if you're not being true to yourself and making the stuff that you really want to make, then why bother? Because that like or that comment, and for sure that dollar bill, is about as fleeting as the wind on your face. I would urge you to make shit regardless of whether or not it gets attention. I think the vast majority are striving to create images to put them out in the world for others to see and share and like. But it's gotta start and end with you. So the next time you go to make an image, or whatever it is that you make, ask yourself this. And I know this is extreme, but bear with me. If what I'm making doesn't appeal to anyone else on the entire planet, am I okay with that? Will I still love it? And will I be happy with what I've done, even if no one else pats me on the back? You can't always win the approval of the masses, but at the very least, you should win your own approval. Final note, I know that you've got to make a living and you've got to pay the bills, and you may have to temporarily put aside who you are as a creator in order to do that. And I know that it could be easy to fall into the role that people are paying you to be. I've done it. I've done it where you get wrapped up in doing this for a living and you forget why you even did it in the first place. It's when you lose sight of that you can really screw yourself over. And I think that's where that whole dare to be you comes into play. You owe it to yourself to carve out the time and energy it takes to be you and create that. Take the time to find your voice and then nurture the crap out of it, regardless of its popularity. That's all I got. Like it, comment on it, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week.